All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about a piece of tech that's, well, it's quietly changing everything about how we stay warm or cool: the air source heat pump. It's a seriously clever bit of engineering that's all about sustainable comfort. So, let's break it down. Okay, first things first, I've got a question for you, and it's gonna sound a little weird. What if I told you that you could heat your entire home by pulling heat out of cold air? Yeah, I know. It sounds like it breaks the laws of physics, right? But believe it or not, that's exactly what this technology does. Let's dig in. So, this really is a revolutionary idea. Think about it. For, like, ever, heating has meant one thing: burning something. You burn wood, you burn gas, you burn oil, you make heat. Heat pumps, they flip that whole idea on its head. They don't make heat, they just move it. So, what is it exactly? Well, an air source heat pump, or ASHP for short, is basically a machine that moves heat from the outside air into your house using a refrigeration cycle. The key takeaway, the most important thing to remember, is that it's not generating heat. It's not a furnace. It's a heat mover, not a heat maker. That difference is everything. You know, the easiest way to wrap your head around this is with an analogy you already understand perfectly: your refrigerator. Seriously, a fridge doesn't make cold. It moves heat from inside the box to outside the box, into your kitchen. Now, just imagine that process flipped around. An ASHP does the exact same thing, but it pulls heat from the big, cold outdoors and pumps it right into your living room. It's not magic, it's just a fridge working in reverse. Okay, but how? How in the world does it pull heat out of air that's already cold? That's the part that feels like a magic trick, right? Well, this is where we get into the beautiful physics of it all. It's not magic, it's thermodynamics, and it's seriously cool. Here's the basic idea. We all know heat likes to go from hot to cold, right? It flows downhill, thermally speaking. So to heat your house in the winter, you've got to make heat go the wrong way, from the cold outside to the warm inside. You have to push it uphill, and that's what the heat pump does. It uses a little bit of electricity to do the work of pumping that heat against its natural flow. And the pumping itself is done by a team of four key players. You've got the evaporator, the compressor, the condenser, and the expansion valve. Think of them as a little four-part orchestra, each one playing a critical role to make the whole cycle work. So let's follow the journey. It's a continuous loop. Step 1. The refrigerant, which is a super cold liquid, flows into the evaporator outside. Even on a cold day, the air is still warmer than the refrigerant, so it absorbs that heat and boils into a gas. Step 2. This gas gets sucked into the compressor. This is the powerhouse. It squeezes that gas like crazy, and when you compress a gas, its temperature skyrockets. Now it's a super hot gas. Step 3. This hot gas moves inside to the condenser, where it blasts all that heat into your home, and in the process, it cools down and turns back into a liquid. And finally, step 4. That high-pressure liquid goes through the expansion valve. It sprays out, the pressure drops instantly, and it becomes intensely cold again, ready to go back outside and grab more heat. And the cycle just keeps repeating. So it's a fantastic heater. Awesome. But get this, that's not all it does. This is where the whole design gets even more clever. It's not a one-trick pony. There's a hidden talent here that makes it a complete, all-in-one package. You see, with one little part, a thing called a reversing valve, the machine can literally run the whole cycle backward. So in the summer, instead of grabbing heat from outside, it starts grabbing heat from inside your house and dumps it outdoors. What does that sound like? Yep, it's an air conditioner, a really efficient one. So you get your heating and your cooling from the exact same box. 2 for 1. And you've got a couple of main flavors here. There are air-to-air systems, which are probably what you're thinking of. They blow hot or cold air through vents, just like a standard central air system. But then there are also air-to-water systems. These heat up water, which can then be used for old-school radiators, in-floor heating, or even to give you hot water for your showers and sinks. Pretty versatile. Okay, so we know what it is and how it works. But now we get to the really big deal, the why. Why is moving heat so much better than making it? The answer is all about efficiency. And I'm not talking about a small improvement. I'm talking about a mind-blowing, game-changing leap. Let's put this into perspective. Your standard high-efficiency gas boiler, it's about 90% efficient if you're lucky, meaning 10% of the energy is just gone, wasted. An old-school electric space heater, that's 100% efficient. You put in 1 unit of electricity, you get 1 unit of heat out. Okay? Remember those numbers: 90%, 100%. Now, let's look at the heat pump. The way we measure this is with a number called the coefficient of performance, or COP. It's super simple. It's just the heat you get out divided by the electricity you put in. So for that electric heater, the COP is 1. You get out what you put in. For the gas boiler, it's technically even less, about 0.9. Easy enough, right? So, what's the COP for an air source heat pump? It's not 1. It's 3. Or more. We're talking about an efficiency of over 300%. Let that sink in. For every 1 unit of electricity you pay for, you're getting 3 units of heat energy delivered into your home. How is that impossible? Because, and this is the whole point, it isn't creating that energy. It's just using your paid electricity to move free energy that's already sitting in the air outside. It's an energy multiplier. Yeah, over 300% efficiency is a total game changer. But okay, let's bring this down from the clouds. What does this actually mean in the real world? What are the practical pros and cons of actually living with one of these things? Look, nothing's perfect, right? On the plus side, the advantages are huge. Insane energy efficiency. You get heating and cooling in one package. Much lower carbon emissions, and you're using renewable heat from the air itself. But there are challenges. When it gets super cold outside, the performance does drop. The upfront cost to install one is definitely higher than a regular furnace. And yeah, the outdoor unit makes some noise you have to think about. And the tech is constantly getting better. One of the big pushes right now is on the refrigerants, that liquid that's doing all the work. The older ones weren't great for the environment, so now the industry is moving to new stuff with a really low global warming impact, like even using propane to make the whole system greener from top to bottom. And because they're so efficient and so versatile, this isn't some niche thing for eco-homes anymore. We're seeing them everywhere, from regular suburban houses to giant commercial buildings. They're becoming a really, really important piece of the puzzle for building more sustainable cities. And that really brings us to the final big picture question. Think about it. This is a technology that takes free, renewable heat from the air all around us and uses electricity to concentrate it and move it where we want it. And as our electrical grid gets cleaner and cleaner, powered by solar and wind, well, you start to see the potential, right? So as we move away from burning stuff to power our lives, you have to ask, is this what the future of staying comfortable looks like?